Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another part of the Freddy's Scratch tutorial series. And I'm not gonna say anything about how long this tutorial took. You already know all these tutorials take literally forever to make, but it's fine, okay? Because I'm back and I don't want to waste any more of your time. So let's do this. So where we left off is, let me see where we actually left off. I'm not really sure myself. Okay, so we have this disclaimer. Okay, cool. See our main menu screen. Ooh, there's our main menu. Oh, it's a little like weird. I don't know why it's like that. Can I fix that? Actually, let me see. I can fix this. Ooh, okay, whatever. You know, it's fine. Let's just leave it like that for now. It's gonna take forever if I try to fix it. We got our newspaper. And then, oh, there you go. First night. Perfect. Let me wait for this thing to load. Now we're loaded in. Jeez, that was a fast loading time, but now we're in the game. So this is where we left off. The last time we did this tutorial, we were doing the doors. We were doing the office. So as you can see here, we got our cool looking office. We have the doors. Those look pretty cool. So yeah, everything looks pretty epic. Um, yeah, there isn't really much going on right now, which is why we're gonna be working on the monitor. Okay, this entire part is gonna be just on the monitor. Hopefully the next part won't actually be, in like a month, or it's probably gonna be next week maybe, or maybe tomorrow. I have no idea, but that's because the next part I'm not gonna be having to make these rooms, these really big, high-tech, high-quality type rooms. It's gonna be more about power and stuff like that. So that's cool. But the first thing I want to do is, let me see here, is our monitor. Now, I'm gonna actually upload my sprite because I actually have another Fancy Herald's game, but this is just for people who just, don't steal my sprites or anything like that. So yeah, this is gonna be entirely on you guys. Okay, I'm forcing you guys to make your own games, please. I beg. Make your own characters, do all that stuff. You guys gotta learn how to make textures, which don't worry, I'm gonna see if I can make a tutorial on that soon. But for now, try to come up with something here. I even give you guys some of the costumes, how they look. So this is gonna be our monitor. Um, I will say for the monitor, try to make at least 11 frames here. So as you can see, I have 11 frames. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 8, 9, 10, and then 11. Make sure you have at least 11. You don't want to have less than 11, or you don't want to have more than 11. As long as you have this much. I would say 11 is the sweet spot, but I mean, it depends on how you're going to make your animation. If you're going to make your animation like mine, like the first Five Nights at Freddy's game, then you do want it to have 11 frames. Okay, so right here, we have this thing over here. So don't worry much about the usage or anything like that. I think I'm actually going to delete those because we are not even at that part yet. Alright, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to delete this because like I said, we are not at that part yet. So you guys don't have to worry about any of that. Okay, so the only thing you guys want to see here is this. If you want to pause the video, okay, I'm telling you this right now, to just pause, look at everything you see right now, okay, and pretty much paste it in. But I'm gonna walk through you guys through everything. So over here is the end, when you reach end game, the transparency is at 0. This is just for like when you're flipping up the panel and it goes to like 6 a.m. that the other stuff over here, you know, kind of disappear or whatever. And then we have this. This is the most important part right here. You know, we always have this in every single sprite. The clock in. Now, I don't actually see much people do this in their games, but just remember your clock in, which is this thing, as simple as it is, you gotta use it as to your advantage because this is your loading screen. So obviously the point of a loading screen is to load in, you know, pretty much everything. So you can use this loading screen, the sprite, to load in your variables and all that fancy stuff before the game even starts, so it doesn't, you know, so it doesn't break anything. You know, it makes sure, like a double check, that everything is working functionally. You know, when one door isn't closed, when the night ends or whatever. Just try to reset your variables here. Okay, so if you got this down, and if you got your um your frames, let me go through this. So don't worry about this at all. We're not even at the 6 a.m. yet. But here we have when I receive cam up, if this cam variable is at 0, go to the front, show, switch to costume 3. Why did I say costume 3 actually? Wait, what in the world? Um, supposed to say costume 3? Oh, okay. I messed up there. It's supposed to be on um costume 1. That's why I look a little bit weird. Okay, switch costume 1, and then actually I'm just gonna keep it at costume 3, forget it. Because I have it on a wait time and I don't want to mess with that. Okay, so here, if you're new to making a FNAF game, please pay attention to this repeat block here. Now the reason why I have it on 8 is, let's say we already have one costume. So if I have 11 costumes, this is already one costume that's being used, so that's 10. And then this repeat thing is just to repeat your frames. So make sure the number isn't off. Like if I put it on 10 right here, you're gonna see that the animation kind of bugs out. So put it on a number where it would stop. So 8 for me is the best one, because as you can see, it flips up and then it hides itself. So it completes the entire animation. Just make sure it's not, you know, too low or too high. Just have it perfectly. So, you know, you see it go up, and then if the cam is at 1, like this, it goes down. Alright? Just make sure that the animation fully plays and that it doesn't, you know, add more frames or less. So now that we have that, now we gotta make our camera button. So let's pull up the camera button sprite here. Okay, so for this, you want to make just this simple thing, because, you know, if you ever played Freddy's, the button always looks like this. Alright, now let's go through the code. Okay, let's delete this power here. Right, there you go. So now we have this. I'm gonna put the ones that you should be ignoring over here, and the ones that you should look at. What's it called? Let me take some of these out so you guys don't get confused. Alright, so here we go. So again, this should be the sprites. I mean the code. So when the flag is clicked, hide. I forgot to actually add this thing. That's my bad. Make sure to always have your X and Y in the middle. Okay. There's my variable block, the cam. There's the cam down. And now here, this is going to be the main script. Now, normally, again, in like newer developers, they would just make it so that the camera, like, you gotta click on the camera or whatever. Yeah, for this tutorial, you're not gonna have to do that. You don't have to click on the actual button. It's gonna be like in the original game where you just have your mouse pointer touching to it, and it would work. So it should be like that. Now let's see if I can somehow make this show. Oh, look, there you go. Perfect. Now we gotta need to have a what's it called? Another button. Cam down button. Let's add a button to cam down. Oh, whoops. Cam down button is pretty much the same exact thing. Just remember not to um have any coding like wrong or anything. So let me know if you guys got that copied. Remember to pause the video so you can have this exact thing. Let me just go back here. Oh, look, there you go. So you should have something like this. If you got everything copied here, and make sure you got everything working here. Alright, so after you got that, it should look like this. Now, we're gonna add the cam soon, just wait. We're gonna add them soon. We're just right now messing with, the monitor, the animation of the monitor. So as you can see here, all you gotta do is just flick your mouse down, and it'll open up the camera, flick your mouse down again, and it'll put it down. This is exactly what you would want. Way better than just having to hover it over and then click. This is just a lot more efficient. That is a lot better. Now we're gonna work on our screen UI. So it's that little thing around the screen, like it shows like the map, and it shows like this white line over it. Like if I just pull up the sprite right now, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It would be this thing right here. So you can see it has this white outline here, and then it has the map of the place. Now make sure you have a good idea on what your the building is going to look like. That's going to be so much better if you can analyze before you make it how it's going to look. It's going to be so much easier. You're going to know which cams you want to do and stuff like that. Or if you just want to use just the original game map, then that works too. For me, I use the original game. As you can see, it's just a lot better. And again, over here, this is our script. So let me put it in place first. There you go. If you guys want to copy that, go right ahead. Also, I know I'm making you guys copy these scripts, but please understand the script, okay? Like, don't just be lazy with it and just copy and paste everything and not really know anything. Try to learn this type of stuff because like making a Five Nights at Freddy's game, at least when you're starting off, like I get it is pretty hard, but if you were to learn these things and instead of copying, trust me, it's gonna be so much better. You're gonna already know how to code a game without needing help, and it's just gonna be less time consuming, I guess you can say. And then you'll feel better about yourself because you can now make a Five Nights at Freddy's game. So at least go back into the script and just analyze how this stuff works, like how the in-game works, how the front layers work, how the broadcasts work, all that stuff. It's really not that complicated. It's just a matter of just reading what the script says. So as you can see here, when the game starts, or it says end game, you hide, set the ghost effect to 0, and just stuff like that. Just go back into your script and just, if you have something that you just don't understand, just look into the script and just read it. Scratch is one of the easiest, coding sites there is. So if you really think about it, it's really not that difficult. So try to understand the code. So now that we have the screen, now we need that little uh red dot. If you know what I'm talking about, the little recording thingy over here. So it's this little thing right there. So right now it's not really playing anything because I gotta press this, but I'm gonna leave it off for now just so you guys can see it better. Alright, so there you go. So when you flip up the monitor, it should show and forever be on the front layer. Stuff like this, like the map and the recording button and everything like that, should always be in the front. Okay, you always want this type of stuff like the map and stuff like that in the front. Not forever, obviously, for the map at least. Like this map over here on the on the bottom right. Don't have that all the way in the very front because we're gonna be adding our cam buttons. So make sure that you don't have the map overlapping the camera buttons, or else it's gonna look weird and the hitbox is gonna be garbage. So just keep it like that. And again, if you guys have all of this down, which you should, and again, I would go into the costumes, but like I don't think you guys need an example of this. Actually, if you want to copy this, then go right ahead and copy this map as well. If you guys are just doing the first game, this is what the map would look like here. If you guys want to copy that, and then it's literally just a red circle, so you you don't have to copy that. But anyways, so how this button will or this sprite would function is that this script will make it so that it shows, you know, it's in the front layer, and then this script here is what makes it blank. So make sure you have this script exactly so it blinks. So if I just pull it up like this, yeah, yep, there you go, it's blinking, perfect, phenomenal. And then when I put the cam down, it goes back into the office. All right, awesome. Now we need the most important part, and that's the cams themselves, because, well, what's a monitor without cameras? Okay, so again, this time for this sprite, I actually, it's gonna be a lot easier if I just make this cam, because as you can see, this is something I wouldn't be able to make in the, um, like right now. It would take me forever, and this did take me forever. It took me like 3 hours to like finish all of this. Although some of them are look unfinished, like this one right here is a little unfinished. But hey, it's whatever, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. But anyways, again, don't worry. The script isn't really that big. It's just really just focusing on these cams. Don't worry about these receives yet. You see this when I receive cam this, you don't have to worry about this for right now. We're gonna be doing that. That's for the camera buttons, so don't worry about that. But you want to worry about what's over here. So focus on this stuff first. This is what you're gonna need first. Okay, again, pause the video if you guys need to. Take your time. That's another thing. You gotta have patience with games. Games don't just, you know, you can just post a game out every Friday or whatever. These things take a lot of time, and with a lot of practice, you can be better and better at making games. Trust me, I used to be garbage, and I still am garbage at making games. But the more you experiment with different stuff, the better you're gonna be. So just keep that in mind. All right. So right here we have this monitor animation. It's gonna make it so that the monitor, or at least the cameras, they go left to right to scan the room a little bit. I barely did this. I put the X on just 5, so it's not really gonna make a difference, but it's just a cool feature that I like to add. So when I flip up the camera, as you can see, it's gonna be in the back, but that's because we're gonna have to remove this entire office. But there's a lot better way to do that, and that's by just changing the transparency of it. So let's start off by doing that. Let me look here for a second. Give me 1 second. Okay. So when I receive the monitor animation is going to be this thing. As you can see here. If you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys already have this down, but just to let you guys know and you're not, you know, behind, this is what the monitor animation is. It's going to be this thing here. When you put the cam up, it sends a broadcast. So when I do that, we want to set the transparency to 100. So when the camera gets flipped up, whatever sprite you're using, the transparency goes to 100. You want that so, well, the cameras can show. I want to put that on everything that's visible on the office, including the door buttons. All the door buttons, you want to put it at 100. The fan, the office, the right door, everything. Only the ones that you see on the office. When I put foot up the camera, boom, there you go. You see? And then when I put it back down, it doesn't show anything. But it's fine because all you gotta do is just put back you just gotta put the transparency back to 0. And how we're gonna do that is by using this cam down receive. So when it's receive cam down, so you can just duplicate this thing and look for cam down and just put it to 0. So it should look like this. And again, drag it all to the same ones that you put for monitor animation. Just like that. Perfect. Put the cam down and boom, everything is back. Doors still work. Flip up the camera. Easy peasy. Alright, that's perfect. I think I just saw a bug there though. Oh yeah, never mind. I thought I saw a bug of the door overlapping a little bit. But there you go. Now we want to add our cam buttons. Now this is gonna take you guys a bit of time. I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna take you a little bit of time because you gotta literally make every single cam, you know, and the scripting is could be long altogether though. The coding altogether with every cam is probably gonna take you like a good 20 to 30 minutes to make. So we have this. Boom. Now, before you guys do anything, when you're coding your cams, I'm gonna go step by step with these cam buttons. Don't you worry. And I should probably, oh my goodness, it's all a mess here. Jeez. Let me do this so I can see below this. Oh God. Wait a minute. I have 2 cams. What the heck? Okay, let's remove that. All right. So I'm gonna go step by step with this. So we have Cam 1A. Cam 1A is the stage. So this is what your cam button should look like, and it should have 2 costumes when it's not in right now, as you can see. Actually, when I click on it, there you go, it turns green, and costume 2 is when you're on that cam, just like that. A good way to make these cams is the first thing you want to do when you create that sprite is put it on X0 and Y0, so have it in the middle, and then with your camera up here, so if I would just flip up my camera so I see where the map is. I would just move around the button where you want to put it on the map, if that made any sense. So after you do that, you make a second costume, and then you literally just make the screen. That's literally all you have to do. And this is going to be the script. Now be careful with this. Don't just start pausing the video and just, you know, go all willy-nilly. Okay? You gotta focus on this one a little bit. Okay? Because again, when you see here, I click on cam 1A, but when I click on something else, you can see it's not in that it doesn't turn green anymore. Same thing with all of these. I go to cam 1B, cam 1B is green, but not cam 5. Or when I do that. So when you're switching cameras, make sure it goes back to its original form. And the way to do that is by doing this. Now again, this is probably like the worst way to put it because it's gonna take a long time. I probably just came up the top of my head a way to make it so it's not like this, but I'm sorry. All right, my bad. This is how it's gonna be. So for cam 1A, which is the first button you're gonna make, it's gonna look like this. Let me put it all on the side here. Just like that. All right. There you go. This is what you want to do. Now, all of these are pretty much the same. I'm sorry if it's a little messy. I don't know why Scratch does that, but just bear with me. Just bear with me. So cam 1A. So what is different with between all of these cans? Because you can see it's pretty much just the same exact coding over and over again. But this is where I said where you got to be careful, and it's the fact that you're changing up these receives. So it says right here when I receive or when this sprite is clicked, broadcast cam 1A switched to the second costume. Okay, so if you look here, all these switch to costume 1, which is the gray buttons. Now you can copy and paste the script to all the other scripts, but what you're gonna have to change is this thing. The first thing you would want to change is the broadcast when you click, and there's gonna be a receive costume 1 for the one that you're on. So give you guys an example. Yours is gonna look like this. If you just change the broadcast to 1A and you're on the second button or whatever, you're on a different button, it's gonna look like this. So what you want to do is spot the one that has the same exact broadcast as the one on the sprite here, and change that because it's gonna break. So let's see here. Oh, it's gonna be cam 1A. Let me see if I can find cam 1A. Oh, there it is. It's literally just finding the ones. Like if I go to cam 1C, there's gonna be I receive cam 1C, switch costume to costume 1, change that to just cam 1A, or you go to cam 2A, there's gonna be one where it says I receive cam 2A, switch to costume 1, change that to cam 1A. Literally just switch them. So after you switch them, it should look something like this. Or if that made absolutely no sense to you guys, just copy everything that I'm going to put here. This is what the cam 1A looks like. Pause if you need to. This is the cam 1B. Alright, this is cam 1B. This is going to be cam 1C. Now, if you guys are still not getting what I'm saying, it should already click what is happening here. And there's this. Again, copy that. I don't know. It is so messy. Hold up. Jeez. Oh my lord. I'm sorry for the messiness. It's not supposed to look like this. And then cam 2B. Again, you don't have to add like this many cameras. I just happen to put 9 cameras on my game. You don't have to add 9 cameras. That's only optional. But most of the time you would want to at least have 7 or more cams on your game, because it just looks a lot better. You look a little weird if your game just has 4 cams. So don't be that guy that just have 4 cams and call it a day. Alright, so there's this script. Some of the scripts are like up here. I need to bring it down. Okay, and this is the last one. This is the last cam. This one is actually a lot more organized. Surprisingly. Alright, now that you have all that copied, should look something like this. Cams should look beautiful. Should be able to click around and have access to the cam now. So already our place looks pretty cool. We have our office, we have our doors, we have our monitor. Can go up here. Oh yeah, and I'm sorry, I will do the lights soon, okay? Don't worry about the lights. I will work on the lights in a future part, but don't worry, the part won't take long. I will be adding the lights, okay? Just not in this part. Alright, so now we have that. Perfect. Already, we're almost done with this thing. Now we gotta add our static. Okay, so there's actually 3 more things we need to add. We need our static for our monitor. We need the actual like cam title. So when you're on the show stage, it tells you what cam you're on. So say you're on the show stage, and we need our monitor flash, I like to call it. Okay, and that's really it. Just 3 more sprites, and then you're done with your monitor. But again, this is probably the longest, other than the power, because the power actually took a little long time for me to figure out, because it was the first time I've ever made power in a game, so it took me a bit of time to make. This has to be one of the longest stuff to make. The reason why it seems like this video is pretty small is because I didn't really make the costumes like this. The costumes for like the monitor and stuff like that took around like 20 minutes to make, but luckily I don't have to sit here for 3 hours and make all this stuff for you guys. You guys can just go make it yourself, and all the coding is pretty much here for you guys. So now we have 3 things. I'm gonna go over them. So right here we got our monitor static. Now if you guys want to, just go on Google and just search up monitor static, or find it's a Freddy static, or FNAF static, whatever. Just search that up, and this is gonna be the code. I know, kind of relieving, right? After making all those cams, finally have coding that isn't long at all. Okay, so when the flag is clicked, you want it to hide, go in the middle, set the size to 150, set the ghost or the transparency to 75, and then have a forever, or have a control, making it go forever. Next costume. That's literally it. You don't have to go into the costume, you don't have to make it bigger, you don't have to change anything. Literally just do this. You don't have to change anything here. You don't even have to change it to vector or anything. Literally this just solves all your problems. This entire thing. You don't have to mess with the costumes whatsoever. When the monitor animation is up, show. When I put the camera down, hide. When it's 6 a.m. Again, you don't have to do this because we haven't even coded at 6 a.m. yet. Okay, if there's a thing that says when I receive 6 a.m., you most likely want to ignore it because it's not even coded into the game. I don't even have a 6 a.m. yet, so you just ignore that. When I receive in-game, next costume. I just put this because there's times where it would be 6 a.m. or when the power runs out, and I would make it so all the sprites stop. So this is just so actually, now that I think about it, when this receive flag thingy, you do not want it on this. Now that I think about it, at least just for this, you want to have it like this, but it should mainly look like this. This is exactly what it should look like. Because I just found out that when the power runs out or when it's 6 a.m., you pretty much stop other scripts and sprites, but that's only when the flag is clicked, so it will just stop forever. So don't do that mistake. Just do this. This is a whole lot better. Okay, that shouldn't have taken a long time to copy. You don't even have to pause the video for that. That was super easy. Now we have our cam title. Again, you can literally just put the X and Y on 0, position it where you want it to be, and just name all your locations. So you have the show stage, you have the dining area, you have the left hall, the right hall, the supply closet, the backstage, the kitchen, the restroom, and the game room. Again, you don't have to copy everything here. Just put the ones that you want. Okay, you don't have to exactly copy everything that I put. Remember, this is your game, this is your location, just name it whatever you want. If you're making a dining area, go ahead and make a dining area. If you're making a back room, name it the back room. Name it exactly what the cam is so people know what cam they're on. Now again, that is optional as you really don't really need to do that, but it's just a lot better. Now, let me actually go back to my cams, okay? Because remember this thing over here? Remember when I told you to don't mess with this? Yeah, you want to go back here, okay? Now, this on your cams, so your cams would be this, just for some people that don't really understand what I'm talking about. This, your camera. This is what you want to do. Again, you don't have to copy exactly what I put. Focus on, your cam buttons. So where do you want cam 1 to be? Okay, it's going to be the stage. Okay, cam 1B. Okay, let's make that the main room or the dining area. Cam 1C, the gaming room. Cam 2A, the left hallway from the office. Cam 2B, the right side, or the right hallway, I meant. Cam 3 is going to be the closet room. Cam 4 is the maintenance room. Cam 5 is the kitchen. And Cam 6 is restroom. This is this is how mine is going to look. Okay? These receive buttons are for these cameras. These camera buttons here. So when you click on a camera button, it should switch to either here, or here, or here, or wherever the hell you want. Should look like this. It's going to be under your cam sprite. Alright. Now you have one more thing to go, and that is your monitor flash. Now the monitor flash is that little flash that happens whenever you pull up the camera, or when you switch a cam. It has this white static thingy here, and I'm gonna show you guys what the costumes look like right now in order. So mine has this one log here that's on the top. My second costume looks like this. You have this huge one right here on the top and a small one on the bottom. And costume 3 is this. It's even more on the top actually. Cam 4 is that it's reversed. I don't know why I'm saying cam. I mean costume 4 is reversed. And then costume 6 is... Wait, I don't know why that says costume 6 actually. Oh yeah, because I deleted one, I remember. So it should look like this. Now this is the script. Let me actually change it up for you guys. Again, don't panic when you see this. This pretty much, the reason why there's so many of this is because these are the camera buttons. Remember on the cam here, this is pretty much this, but for this. So this is going to be it. As you can see, like I said, it's not that big of a deal. It's just the cam buttons. Oh yeah, and the nights. I forgot about the nights as well. When you click on new game and it shows night 1, 12 a.m. in the beginning. Boom. It should look like this. I'm sorry if you guys can't see all of it. Let me try bringing it more over here. Okay, there you go. Alright, perfect. Should look all like this. Just to make it easier, you don't have to literally just go into your events or control and just build everything all at once. Literally just make one of this, which is what I received cam 1A show. Just do that and just right click and just copy and paste it all and change it to the cams. And monitor animation. You want to have it for all the cam buttons, the monitor animation, and when the night starts. Alright, is that clear? Now let me do this. Okay, you got your disclaimer. Might have to change the disclaimer a little bit. Feel like it takes a little bit of time. Yeah, let me take this 2-second away. And this new game button is infuriating me, dude. Jeez. Press new game. Alright, Harold's Pizza Corp. What a day to be alive, am I right? Boom, there you go. You saw that? That static? First night. Alright, we have our clock. We got our game. And we don't have a... We don't have a thing. Okay, what in the world just happened? What's going on with our cam? When the game... What in the world is this script? Why do I have this? What? What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know why I had that. If you guys didn't know what I just deleted, go back into the video and delete that. I don't even know why I have that. Please remember to delete that, okay? Don't leave yet. Please don't leave. This is why it's very important to rewatch, because it's, you never know, man. There's like, I always do that. I'm always in a rush and it messes up the game. Just please take your time throughout. Making a game takes time. You're not gonna make this literally in like 3 hours. It's a game. Alright, there you go. Oh my goodness. Oh jeez. So now when we go down, oof, look at that. It's just beautiful. You got your show stage, you got your dining area, got your backstage, you got your game room, supply closet, you got your halls, got the kitchen. If you guys don't want this to move, just let me know. I'll make it. I'll let you guys know a code for this, because I don't think in the original game this moves. This camera disabled. I say if you're picky though, I highly doubt people are gonna be picky about it. And don't worry, I'm gonna add sound effects. Again, if you guys want a tutorial for sound effects, let me know in the comments and leave a like. Okay? Just comment below that you want sound effects, and if enough people do it, I'll actually show you guys how to add sound effects and all that stuff. So yeah, this is pretty much what your monitor should look like. So you close one door, you flip up a panel, you look at where Bonnie is or whatever, open it up, put up the camera, and yeah, this is pretty much what it should look like. Pretty cool. Now in the next episode, we will be adding the power and the usage, so hopefully you guys are ready for that, because I'll tell you what, it's gonna take a while. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, it's gonna take you guys probably just as long. Maybe not to code, but like, you know, the sprites and stuff like that. It's gonna take you a while. But yeah, let me know how your games are looking. Hopefully it's looking fresh and not as garbage as mine right now. So, yeah, make sure to check out the playlist, because other videos for you guys to check out. And let me know how your game is. Make sure it's at least better than Harold, because my god, that would be embarrassing.